Good morning, everyone. On today's show, it's exciting because we're going to be celebrating the return of fantasy RPGs to my content. After many months away from that style of stuff, today is the premiere of Suikoden 2 HD, a playthrough that's been months in the making, ever since I played the first one earlier this year, and people supported it in droves. Plus, right now, Gamescom is going on. So right now, there's a bunch of stuff happening in the gaming world. I watched it for about a half an hour this morning as I was doing my routine to get ready, and literally a bunch of non-announcements. So what we will do today is, if anything actually happens at Gamescom, I will actually react to it. Meaning, as you know, when these events happen, they put the trailers online immediately anyway, so you don't have to watch it live. So that's what we'll do. But we'll chill, we'll talk about the schedule and more. It'll be a nice sit back and relaxing feel of a day today. So, hope you're ready. It's time for a midweek edition of the Level 1 podcast. Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of August, 2025. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 podcast. As I said, right now, the world is watching Gamescom. But you might say, I don't understand. Why aren't you watching Gamescom, Phil? Well, I'll tell you why, because I watched Summer Game Fest live, and after how boring and waste of time that was, I'm never doing that again. I mean it, too. Like, for many, many years, people all yelled at me. And they said, Phil, why don't you live react to E3? And I said, because I don't think that there's anything added to live reacting. If I just watch E3 and I take a whole bunch of notes, and then after E3, I can talk about in a video, hey, here's what I thought was the best and worst of E3 with, actual insight, because I took a few minutes to think about everything. I always felt like that was more important, more informative, and just more useful to an audience than live reacting to the show on a stream. I did it many, many years like that. And then a couple of years ago, as I was starting to change my content and listen to feedback and things like that, there was an actual desire for me to do it live. So I did about 2 years in a row now. I have live reacted to things like the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Showcase. To be quite honest with all of you, it doesn't do anything. When I usually do this, attendance is low, engagement is low, support is low, and the videos don't get many views. I'd much rather just do a regular show, and like I said, if something happens that's of note. For example, Resident Evil Requiem may actually have some gameplay today. Well, if that happens during Gamescom, great. I'll watch it. In fact, if it happens during this podcast, I'll stop the podcast and we can go watch it, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to drop the trailer immediately. It's not like Gamescom has exclusive access to this content. It will immediately go right on the internet for us to watch together. So that's what I'm going to do. Instead of saying, oh, so today I'm not going to do a podcast so we can live react and we sit here for 2 hours bored out of our minds like we usually are when we do this. Instead, I'm going about my normal business. All right. So I get it. If you're not here live and you're watching this on demand after because you're like, well, Phil, I had to watch Gamescom. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. In the hour and a half, 2 hours you just spent watching Gamescom, how much of that was worth your time? Or do you feel like you were sitting around waiting most of that time? I'm willing to bet the vast majority of that audience that's watching it are going to be like, well, we were hoping for something big and it didn't happen. Like, for example, what are the announcements that have happened so far this morning? There's a sequel to Lords of the Fallen. Wait, what? I thought there already was. Well, there is, because there was Lords of the Fallen, then there was Lords of the Fallen. I'm not kidding. They released the same game twice. The first one was awful. The second one was a redo of it that was not as awful. And now they made a sequel. I don't care. Silk Song. Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming out, but doesn't have a release date. They're actually going to talk about it on Thursday. So you waited till Gamescom to announce you have to wait 2 more days. Guess what? There's a new Lego Batman game coming out. Okay. And the guy who's presenting it is freaking out on stage, acting like it's the best thing ever. It's the first time there's ever been one. No, there's been like 3. This is like the 3rd or 4th one. So why are we acting like it's groundbreaking and it's the first one? Welcome to Gamescom. See my point? And I'm not trying to be overly negative. I'm just saying, like, these digital events don't need to exist. All that needs to happen is these game companies say, okay, during this week, we're all going to drop our trailers. We're all going to have this little documentary about how we made the game, and then we drop the trailer, and there you go. There doesn't need to be one focal point event. If anything, we learned that when E3 went defunct, right? When E3 shut down and there was no more E3. Did games stop? Did things just not come out? Did no one play video games? Actually, if you were actually remember, it's the opposite. When E3 shut down and there was no focal point for this kind of stuff, guess what happened? Games sold more than ever. Now, of course, that was because of COVID, but I'm going to spin it like it doesn't matter. I'm going to spin it like it was a coincidence, right? Anyway, I hope that you're all here ready to chill, because today's going to be a chill day here on the Level 1 podcast, talking about various topics. And like I said, if Gamescom does have some interesting information that we want to talk about, we'll talk about it. You guys, in fact, let me know, because I'm sure many of you will be like, oh, yeah, so Resident Evil Requiem gameplay just dropped. You go watch the trailer now. It's like 5 minutes. Okay, I'll do that live today. That works for me. But other than that, I'm not going to sit here and spend 2 hours boring, reacting to garbage. It's fluff. It's crap. And here's our co-host, the well-known esports host. Who is that? I don't know who the fuck that is. No one does. What are you talking about? Anyway. So. Yes, Jasper Kitty is here with us today, if you can't tell. There we go. And, I'm raring to go. I'm ready to go today. I want to get you caught up on everything that's going on. All right. And I obviously want to talk about, the schedule coming up. So FYI, there's one update that everyone wants to know. And they're like, Phil, so what's going on in regards to next week? Are we doing GTA 4's DLC, The Ballad of Gay Tony, or not? Because this seems to have been in limbo for a couple of days, right? And the only update I have for you guys is so far, there's no update, meaning there's nothing good or bad to report. The contributions that came in during the GTA 4 stream the other night have, they're still there. No chargebacks or anything like that. I won't know for sure until like Thursday. Once Thursday happens, if I get paid, great. I'm down for it. Like, I want to do the Ballad of Gay Tony. I'm not sold that we're going to have a ton of people showing up for it, because GTA 4 kind of fell off, when it came to those streams for whatever reason. But we'll see. I've only played Ballad of Gay Tony once ever. So now being my second time, maybe it'll actually do really well. I'd be down for that. I remember really liking it, and I remember you guys really liking it. Of course, I say you guys like it was yesterday. It was like 12 years ago, okay? I'm sure that many of the people who were watching my content back then aren't watching it today, and many of you who are watching today weren't watching back then. You know what I'm saying? So, but it'll be cool to play it again for only the second time. I certainly hope that you guys will come by and hang out next week when we play it, as long as, these contributions stay, and it looks like they're going to. Like, I would say if there was going to be a chargeback, you'd already see it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think it's legit. Although there is some suspect stuff. For example, that person who at first dropped those 24 subs the other day during that GTA 4 stream, his name's Kremps, okay? And then we suspected that he was actually, Iron Chef Sakai or whatever. Hold on one second. What is this trash? It is trash. Okay. And he said that he was going to email me about it. Oh, so he did. FYI. But let me just put it this way. It wasn't a very good email. It wasn't a good, I don't even want to say discussion because it wasn't much of a discussion. But basically, the guy emailed me claiming that he really is a fan. And to prove it, can we have a private conversation via like a voice call or a video call? To which I responded, no. Just because you dropped a bunch of subs on my stream doesn't mean now you purchased a video call with me. Like, do you see what I'm saying about this kind of contribution and why I question it? The guy comes by the stream, he drops us a bunch of subs during GTA 4. When we question him, because people were saying, oh, that's ICS, right? That's Iron Chef Sakai. And I say, well, let's ask him. And instead of saying no, he says, oh, you're just a bunch of peasants and I don't have to answer you because I make $200,000 a year. And I'm like, wait, what? What kind of a reaction is that? So then I say to him, sorry, you can't derail my stream. Your contributions don't count. And I ban him. And then the guy emails me and says, hey, can we have a private video call? No. So, yeah, yeah, it's kind of a weird, don't you think? Anyway, so FYI, as of now, no chargebacks. It definitely looks like at least Ether, who did a ridiculously generous 50 sub bomb on Monday night or Sunday night, it looks like that is probably legit. And as long as that clears this week, yes, we are doing GTA 4, finishing it as a daytime stream next week, the main story, and then we're going into the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. Okay? All right. Good stuff. Oh yeah. So the one thing that I do want to add to my calendar immediately is that there is a release date for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Or excuse me, Black Ops 7. I can't even believe we're up to 7. It is November 14th. Okay, so let me get that on the calendar here. If you're not aware, Black Ops 7 comes out November 14th. And hold on. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. So Black Ops 7 is going to have an open beta, and that open beta is going to take place on October 5th. Okay, so I want to get that on the calendar as well. Let's see here. It's October 5th. There is a closed beta, but I don't know how to get into it. I'm not sure if I'll have access to it or not. But that was like some of the news from this morning. Black Ops 7, November 14th, and the beta October 5th. I'm down for that to give it a go. There was one other date too. Crap. What was it? I didn't write it down. There's like one other release date that came out of Gamescom that I was interested in, but I didn't write it down. Shoot. Well, I'm sure I'll get it on there soon, but that was the one big thing. There's one quick news story to cover. Real fast. I just want to talk about it. So we talked a week or two ago about Bioshock and how Bioshock is falling apart and that they basically went back to the drawing board with this game because apparently they had been developing Bioshock 4 for years. And then when they went ahead and presented what they had to like management, the management looked at them like, what are you, crazy? This is not good. So now they have actually hired what's his name? Rod Ferguson. So this guy was working on, I think, Diablo. And he actually, if you can believe it, was the guy that they hired with Bioshock Infinite. Okay? Bioshock Infinite, a game that everyone likes. Okay? That game apparently also was having development problems back in the day. And they hired this guy, Rod Ferguson, to come in and basically lead the ship and finish the game. So he's already done it once. Here we are over a decade later. They literally rehired the same guy to come into the studio, what's it called, Cloud Chamber, and to finish Bioshock a second time. Why not just leave the guy in charge of Bioshock? If this is the case, if he's the only one that can finish Bioshock games, then why did they just have that guy be the head of that studio like forever so that they can make games? I don't know, really confusing. But anyway, so I guess Bioshock is getting back on track. That's good news for those of us who like Bioshock, especially after the story a couple weeks ago where it sounded like Bioshock was basically hitting the reset button. And that's, disturbing, actually, when you have a game that's in development for so long and then you hear that you're starting over, like, well, that's not good news. So anyway, there you go. As more stuff comes out of Gamescom, I'll talk about it. If you guys know of anything going on right now at Gamescom that's important that you want me to react, like I said, if there's something that you want me to live react to on today's show, absolutely I'll do that. Just let me know what it is. Like, if there's actual gameplay of Resident Evil Requiem, yeah, I would like to watch and react to that. 100%. Like, that sounds interesting to me. But outside of that, I don't want to drop everything. Jeff in chat is saying, did you hear about Bubsy Collection and Bubsy 4D? We already knew about the Bubsy Collection. It already had been announced. And like I said, if it comes out in time for the end of September, I would like to maybe play Bubsy 3D as part of my upcoming Worst Games Ever marathon. Because we have talked about the next few marathons I'm going to be doing. So on Friday, August 29th, I'm doing Mega Man Marathon 3, the final one where we're going to beat Mega Man 6 and play through 7 and 8. 7 and 8 I've never even played before, so those will be fun first-time playthroughs while I'm drinking. That's going to be interesting. Then, on the end of September, we're going to do the Worst Games Ever marathon. Games like Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, Bad Rats 2, Bubsy 3D, and more. So that's going to be a unique and fun marathon. Playing through bad games, okay? Of course, in October, we have the Halloween marathon. In December, we have the Christmas marathon. So we have all these coming up, all right? Cool. So yeah, so the Bubsy collection is coming out, and then, I don't know what the date is for that, if it has a release date, but they announced there's a new game, Bubsy 4D, September 9th. Here it is. I'm going to put that on the list. Bubsy the Perfect Collection. Did Bubsy 4D get a release date? I think it was just announced, right? But it doesn't have a release date? No. Yeah. Sometime next year, but no information about when it'll come out. So yeah, apparently there is an actual brand new Bubsy game in development that's going to come out next year, which is insane to think that Bubsy is returning with a brand new, like, actual 3D platformer or whatever the hell it's going to be. That's pretty wild. Okay. How's everyone this morning? Chris, how you doing? I know Chris has wanted to say what's up for a while. We got Runt. Who else do we got? Donkey Kong 64 is in my chat. That's incredibly disturbing. Seriously. Ride to Hell Retribution? We already played it. We already played Ride to Hell years ago, and we laughed our asses off. I actually thought it was a fun game. It was like a so bad it's good kind of game, but we already played it. So sadly, that one wouldn't work for the marathon because we've already touched upon it. What's going on over on Kick this morning? Anything? Or are you guys just trolling like usual? Probably just trolling like usual. All right. Well, let's get some shout-outs going here. We've got Chris re-upping his membership for 4 months. Thank you to Chris for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And let's see here. Battleduck says, maybe do a demo day or Game Pass exploring to find something for the marathon. Yeah, but the idea, Battleduck, is to play the worst games ever. I don't think we're just going to find one of the worst games ever randomly during a demo day or a Game Pass day. I think it's more of, what do people agree are the worst games ever, and can I get access to them? I would like to see if I could get my hands on some of the worst games ever for this marathon. The thing is, we're going to have a whole month to plan it, so it should work out well, I think. Filipino, how are you? Over on Kick. Who's over there? Most Tasteless? And a bunch of socks. There's a whole bunch of socks over there. All right, let's do some shout-outs. Today's first contribution is $1.50 from Ava Cowboy Fan. Yes, I am aware that you would like me to eventually react to the Persona 3 trailer. I don't know if we'll do that today. We'll see. We might get to it, but it might be, I think Gamescom, if stuff happens, people are going to want to see me react to that rather than the Persona 3 trailer, which is for an older game, right? And would I be open to talking about Dexter Resurrection on future podcasts once I watch it? Yeah, once I watch it, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. Like I said, I'm waiting for it to be over. Then I might, watch the whole season. So, okay. This is anonymous, but this is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Wow, I can really speak well today. Sonic Racing Crossworlds has got a new trailer at Gamescom. Yeah, I think the trailer was for a collab, right? Like they're going to be doing a crossover with Pac-Man. I think that's what the trailer was for. And by the way, the dollar signs are rupees today because this is a fantasy font, as you can see. So it's meant to be like simulating like a fantasy RPG. So that's why it's rupees instead of the dollar sign. So yeah, this is another one of the crossover collabs. Remember already, Sonic Racing Crossworlds will have um, Ichiban Kazuga from Like a Dragon. It's also going to have Joker, I believe, from Persona 4. And now it's going to have Pac-Man, and other characters are coming as well. Like, they keep announcing more and more. Didn't they say SpongeBob is in it, too? So it's going to have a lot of crossover guest characters, which is kind of interesting. So, there we go. Thank you for $10. I appreciate that. I received a $15 tip. This is Final Fantasy Tactics Fan. And they have a nice message here. Let me get them up on the leaderboard first. Since now they're the top tip of the day. $15. Thank you so much. So they said, I recently finished Death Stranding 1. I had a good time watching your playthrough while I was playing it. It's my second favorite Kojima game after Metal Gear Solid 1. And I've always loved the Metal Gear story stuff, but I was never a big fan of the stealth. I'm wondering how you rank the Kojima games that you've played. Hope you have a great time playing Suikoden 2. I won't be watching because I didn't play the games yet. It's great that you're playing an RPG. Awesome. How would I rank the Kojima games that I've played? Well, let me think about what Kojima games have I played. I played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I played PT, and I played Death Stranding 1 and 2. Okay? Man, that's tough. First of all, out of the Metal Gear Solid games, quite honestly, and I know a lot of people are going to go crazy here, I think 5 is my favorite. And the reason, I don't think it has to do with, like, the game design or whatever, but Metal Gear Solid 5, I obviously played last, right? When I was playing Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and even 4, I sucked at stealth games. Like, I didn't even understand them. I really didn't get them. They weren't my style. I had never played them before. When I played 5, I had played all of those games, plus I had played Hitman and stuff. So when I played 5, I kind of got it, and I actually did pretty well at the game. I mean, there were moments where I sucked at it, and it was hilarious, but I actually did really well. So for me, that was the most enjoyable experience because it wasn't like fumbling about like an oaf, making dumb mistakes and being stupid. It was more like I was into the game engine, I was playing it, and I was enjoying it. Again, that's not representative of the game's quality. That's representative of my experience with it. So that's why I liked it more. I've replayed Metal Gear Solid 2, 3. Did I replay 4? I know I did one playthrough of 4 for you guys, and I had played it originally when it came out on PS3 ages ago. I don't think I ever replayed it, right? I just did the one. But listen, I like them all. 1 is probably my least favorite. Reason being, number 1, the graphics are just outdated, and I never played the GameCube version. I've only played the original PlayStation version. So if it was like an updated version that had modernized controls and graphics, I'd probably like it a lot better, but I've only played the original. I didn't really like it, honestly. I think 2 and 3 are about equal in my mind. 2 is kind of a little bit more silly of a game because you play as Raiden instead of Snake, and Snake's in the game as like a companion character rather than the main character, and there's a lot of silliness in that game. 3, I actually think the gameplay elements of Metal Gear Solid 3 are great. That final boss fight actually is really cool against is it just the boss or whoever? Or the original boss, the woman who beat your ass in stealth and stuff. That's pretty cool. So I'd probably say 2 out of the entire Metal Gear Solid series, if you're talking quality-wise, classic-wise, I think 2 and 3 are equal for me. But when you talk about which one did I have the most fun with, it was 5. Okay? Death Stranding 1 and 2, I've already given my opinions on. They're fine games when it comes to the story, but I just don't like the gameplay elements. I would argue that they're not as good as the Metal Gear franchise. Maybe some people don't agree with me, but I actually think that Metal Gear is better than Death Stranding. Maybe you guys are again, you'll crucify me for saying that, but I believe that. I think that Metal Gear is better than Death Stranding. I think Death Stranding's all right. If the gameplay was better, I would like it more, but I just don't like the gameplay. I'm bored, So, PT. I mean, listen, I liked PT, but the reason that I ended up having a real negative things to say about it when it first came out was because PT didn't explain what it was or how to actually advance in it or beat it. But I actually thought it was creepy. I did. I thought it was scary, you know, for what it was. And keep in mind, PT inspired a whole slew of games after it, including games like Visage and the game I just played, Ludo. Those are all kind of inspired by what PT did. So I really like PT. I actually wish that Kojima would make a horror game. I know that I guess supposedly he is doing that with Xbox with that game. I forget the name of it, the weird game that he's making or whatever. And I do hope that he does make like that style of game in the future. It sucks that PT basically was just a playable teaser. That's literally what it was for nothing because he never actually made the horror game with Konami, you know? Anyone know what the name of the game is that he's making, the actual horror game for Xbox? I forgot the name of it. It looks weird, but I mean, that's pretty much everything he does is weird, right? He doesn't do any kind of like, like mainstream shit. Yeah, I hope it's good though. Okay, more shout outs, guys. I got a $2 tip. Will you cover the Kirby news today or the Pokemon Legends ZA trailer coming out on the 21st? I think you have the day off, but on the podcast back. No, I'll be here on the 21st. I'll be here on the 21st. Yeah, that's Thursday. I'm here. Yep. So anything, I know a lot is going down on the 21st, supposedly, right? Isn't there Silk Song? Yeah, Hollow Knight Silk Song is going to have their big announcement stuff on the 21st. Pokemon's supposed to have something on the 21st. There's like 3 or 4 things going on Thursday. If all those are available, I'll react to all those on Thursday's podcast. Just tell me what's available on Thursday morning. I'm down to react to all of that stuff. Now, as for the Kirby news, do you guys really want me to react to it? Like, the thing is that it was like a ginormous presentation. Wasn't it like insanely like 40 minutes long for a Kirby game? And I'm like, what the hell is in a Kirby game that's even 40 minutes long worth talking about? Right? The Kirby game is coming out in November, for the record. I think that we were all expecting that Kirby was coming out earlier than that, like probably in September, but no, it's not coming out till November. So we got a ways to wait for it anyway. What is it called? It's Kirby Star, what's it called? Kirby Air Raiders? This is from 4 months ago. And here's the direct. Yeah, the direct today. Oh my God. The direct was 1 hour and 14 minutes long. They talked about the game for over an hour? What is going on? Let me put it this way. If there's anything particular you want me to react to, like a small trailer, I'll do that. I am now watching an over 1 hour presentation on Kirby Air Raiders. That's insane. iCabal in chat just said, Kirby Air Raiders looks like Sakurai should have invested his time into a new Smash Brothers, to be honest. The thing is, we all know what happened with Sakurai. Like, the last Smash Brothers burned him out entirely to the point where he, like, doesn't want to make another one. Like, seriously, like, basically what he said was that the fans were so rabid when it came to DLCs and demands for the last Smash Brothers that it kind of made him get burned out, and he doesn't want to make another one. He was relieved to not have to make another one. So I don't know about that. Honestly, I think because the Smash community is so weird, they kind of like beat the guy up, and so he's gonna make everything but. Anyway, so they premiered the season 2 Fallout trailer. Okay, I'll watch that in my private time. I'm not gonna watch a trailer like that on the stream because I'll probably get claimed out the ass. Plus, it also probably has licensed music in it too, right? But I'd be interested in watching that. How's Mafia? Oh, I'm excited for the end of it. We're going to finish Mafia, the Old Country tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a sec. We'll get to the schedule, okay? But yeah, it's going well, and I'm actually excited to see the end of it. So, we have more tips, and we have super chats to shout out, so let's keep going here. Someone took the buck and says, Bubsy 4D actually looks interesting. I'd recommend watching the trailer. It has a full trailer now. All right, maybe we'll do that. Let me actually see if I can just bring up the trailer. That's the perfect collection. Is this it here? Gamescom, IGN. I love that IGN just literally posts everything on their page. Is this the video? How do I get to just the video? No, I just want to see the video. There we go. That's what I wanted, the YouTube link. Here it is, from Atari. Okay, so maybe we'll watch this later. I'll keep this open, maybe we'll watch that later. Okay, good. Cool. I got a dollar tip here. For Ava Cowboy fan. He says, I want to make sure you got my previous tip. It hasn't been counted. Yes, it has. Yes, it has been counted. Okay. Just got to be patient. I have a lot of stuff going on. I have to juggle things and get between them. Now I'm doing shout outs. Big Boss did a $2 super chat. That's our first super chat of the day. He says, are we going to see you play another RTS genre ever? Well, when you say RTS, I guess you're talking like StarCraft or stuff like that. Because, it's not that I don't like RTS games. I actually do. Back in the day, I played Age of Empires 1 and 2. I played StarCraft 1 and its expansion, Brood Wars or whatever it was called? That was great. I did actually early on play whatchamacallit? StarCraft 2, and it was a new game. I played it for YouTube, right? As a YouTuber. And I enjoy them. I do. I actually enjoy them. But they don't really resonate with my audience right now. I don't think that kind of a game where it's like strategically you have to plan out stuff. The thing is, I can play them now because I have mouse and keyboard. That was always kind of the hurdle. You want to do an RTS game? It's too hard to play with a controller. You got to play it on PC with mouse and keyboard, right? Well, I have mouse and keyboard now. Like, I could play them easily, readily, no problem. But I don't know if there's really an audience for it that I have. But I know there's an audience for them. I don't know if it's my audience. So, makes me a little skeptical. RTS isn't good for engagement either, says iCabal. Yeah, well, you have to focus a lot. Like, there's a lot of micromanagement playing an RTS game. So you have to be paying attention, moving around the map, selecting units, sending them here, doing this, resource management. And it's just very, very time consuming. You're right. So I don't know if I would do an RTS again. And then Big Boss did another $2 super chat. There's a Dawn of War 4, the new Warhammer RTS would be sick. Is that what they announced today at Gamescom, that there's a Warhammer RTS? Let me put it this way. Much like with Civ and other stuff like Inzoi, if there's any PC exclusive games that you guys want to see me play, even if it's something that's not in my comfort zone, just to give it a try, I would consider it. But I just don't know if it's going to work. I would be okay trying stuff. But I just don't know if it would work for my audience or not. But we can experiment. I'm down for that. What's up, King Michael? How are you? There's a new Silent Hill F trailer. Maybe we'll react to that today. That sounds good. A new Silent Hill F trailer. It's literally on right now. As soon as it ends, I bet it'll be online. We'll get it. We'll react to that. So we got Bubsy 4D and a new Silent Hill F trailer. Sounds good to me. Donkey Kong 64 says, will you ever play GTA 2? It's free on PC. Everyone will donate money. GTA 2? I would consider it. I played GTA 1 back in the day, and it's very difficult. Man, it's a tough game. I never played 2. Dale is wrinkly says, would you let Iron Chef Sakai return if he apologized? I know he donated a lot for so he could end 1. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's not true. It was a whole group of individuals who were coming by supporting Soy Code N1. It was not him. I don't know where you got that information from. Fatal Frame games I've played, Pikachu level 33, they didn't work. I tried playing a couple. I played the newest one on a Halloween marathon. It had just come out, and I played it on like Wii U. And then I also tried to play one of the classic ones. People basically just find them boring. I think those are games that are scary to play, but not really to watch, because people just weren't very entertained by me playing them. Oh, yes, I would consider doing a Game Pass day again in the future. It's just that we have so much we're juggling now, we don't have time to do that kind of thing. You have to remember, demo days, Game Pass days, stuff on DSP Throwback, like Throwback stream nights, those are for when we don't have a ton of games in the rotation and we're looking for filler stuff. We have had so many games this year, we haven't had time for filler stuff at all. Right now, I'm juggling too much. I'm trying to finish Mafia. I'm trying to finish GTA so we can get to the DLC. I'm trying to finish Donkey Kong Bonanza. I have a million games I need to finish, and we have new games coming out. We got the Gears of War remake. We've got Metal Gear Solid 3 next week. We got games coming out in September. I got to finish what I'm playing. That's why we're not really looking for downtime stuff. There is no downtime. Will I ever finish Saw 2? I don't even remember playing Saw 2, so probably no. Okay. So So real quick, what I like to do quickly before we start to getting to reacting, because it sounds like I'll be reacting to Bubsy 4D, Silent Hill F, and maybe more. What's going on with all the playthroughs and the schedule and everything. So today it's the premiere of Suikoden 2 HD. I'm very excited to start Suikoden 2 HD today. The first playthrough was great back in like March, April. Had a ton of fun going through these classics, recruiting all of the heroes, because they are kind of hard to find if you don't know how to find them, and people were helping me to find them all, which was amazing. We actually got all of them. We got the best ending. And so I am excited to start the sequel today. You know, I love the music. I love the gameplay elements. I'm interested to see the new visuals that they did for this collection. It should be great. So I hope that you guys will stick around after this podcast and enjoy Suikoden 2 HD premiering right after. Tonight on the late stream, it's Minecraft. And this is going to be great because we still have so much we're doing in regards to the stuff that we looted from that ship 2 weeks ago. I still have carpeting to put down. My sheep are growing colored wool that we can use now to make textiles that we never had before, so we can do things in the house. There's like a million things I want to do. And then after that, we'll see what else we do. I'm sure we'll be fishing. Maybe we'll go out and explore more. We'll see. So that's going to be great. Tomorrow, no podcast, just the finale of Mafia: The Old Country on the first stream. Okay, so I hope you'll join me for that. We'll see how it all ends. Yesterday, I played a major stream of it, and it was huge progress. It was like 3.5 hours of gameplay. We saw all kinds of stuff happen. They're all-out war between the two mafia families, and now it's all coming to a head where it looks like will the Don discover that Enzo, the main character, has been sleeping with his daughter and wants to try to quit the family. Oh! We'll see how that all happens tomorrow, okay? That's the end of the game tomorrow. But we're just starting chapter 13, and the game has 14 chapters. But since these are the final 2 chapters, they're probably on the longer side, at least an hour each. So tomorrow, join me for Mafia: The Old Country. Suikoden 2 is a direct sequel to 1. Ian, it is. It completely continues the story of Suikoden 1. It's a new cast and everything, but there's actually some returning characters and continuing plot. So, okay. Tomorrow night, after the conclusion of Mafia, we've got Donkey Kong Bonanza Endgame. All right. So we are in the music stage. It's like the disco DJ stage. We'll finish that. We'll head to another layer. We'll probably beat that, and then we'll probably head to another layer. But apparently there were only 4 layers left. So after we beat this musical layer, there's 3 left. So we're getting to the end of the game. We're almost there. Probably another stream or 2, and we'll wrap it up. I am hoping to beat it next week. I know we're not going to beat it tomorrow night. I'm hoping we complete it next week because I really want this game done at this point, okay? Then on Thursday, which is my final streaming day of the week, we're going to do more Suikoden 2 HD. And then we're going to be doing Thursday night fights, Capcom versus SNK 2. All right? So I hope you will join me this coming Thursday as well for a great day. I'm off on both Friday and Saturday. And so when I return on Sunday, that's when we're going to start juggling stuff. So for example, we will probably on Sunday do a major stream of GTA 4 to finish the campaign and then start the Ballad of Gay Tony. Sunday night, I'm debating what to do Sunday night, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because maybe on Sunday night, we just want to try to beat Donkey Kong Bonanza if we can, just to finish the game and get it out of the rotation, right? And then we're going to alternate between GTA and Suikoden 2 until Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the premiere of Gears of War, the remake. And I'm very excited to do a stream of that and play it online. I haven't played Gears of War online in ages, and it's actually really good online. So that's going to be fun. Next week's going to be an interesting week with multiple new games as well. And then at the end of the week, on Friday the 29th, it is my second marathon of the month, Mega Man Marathon 3, The Conclusion, where we're going to complete Mega Man 6 and then play 7 and 8 for the very first time. So next week is going to be a packed week of fun stuff. New games, concluding playthroughs, the Ballad of Gay Tony finally starting, and the final Mega Man Marathon. That's good stuff, okay? Cool. I got a $1.50 tip here. Why don't you do the McDonald's DSP tries it when playing Truck Simulator? Simulate a truck driver trying to eat and drive. Oh, no. Try to eat well, actually, it wouldn't be a Big Mac. It would be the quarter pounder. Try and eat a quarter pounder while you drive with one hand. And pickles are falling off. Like, there's condiments like ketchup and mustard squirting everywhere. Oh, man. Now, I don't think I want to do that. Plus, the thing is, I do truck sim at night, and I've already eaten dinner. Like, I couldn't wait that long to eat. I'd be so hungry if I waited that long to eat dinner. Because I eat early in the morning. Like, this morning I ate my breakfast sandwich at around 10 a.m. And so, imagine me eating a breakfast sandwich at 10, and then I don't eat again all day until I eat dinner at like 7:30, 8 o'clock doing the truck sim stream. Dude, I'd be freaking starving, man. So, no, I mean, that's a funny notion, but I don't think we're going to do it then. But speaking of that, okay, speaking of which, let's talk about how we're doing. Jasper Kitty, what's going on? Why are you sitting here staring at me? Is the new Silent Hill F trailer done, by the way? So I can get it up here? A month ago, 2 weeks ago, 5 minutes ago. Here it is. Got it. Cool. We'll watch that. We'll react to that in a minute here. I got it from PlayStation official page here. Sweet. Anything else happens, let me know. We'll do some live reacting here to Gamescom, okay? Yes, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is next week. So the Gears of War Remake is Tuesday, and the Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is Thursday. So I'll be doing Gears of War on Tuesday and that on Thursday. That's what I mean. Like, we really got to start balancing what I'm doing. So basically, my 4 major games then will be Ballad of Gay Tony DLC, Suikoden 2, and then Gears of War multiplayer and Metal Gear Solid 3. Those will be the 4 major games I'm playing. And then on late streams, we'll still have Truck Sim, Minecraft, and CVS 2, and maybe balance in the other stuff. But that's why we got to finish Donkey Kong. Like, we have to get this done so we can play the new games. I don't want Donkey Kong in the rotation anymore. I'm tired of it. We got to wrap that shit up. Okay. All right. So, what were we going to say? Oh, yeah. So let's talk about this here and this here. So, as you can see, we are at 16 goals out of 20 hit, meaning we need 4 more support goals to do DSP Tries It, the adult Happy Meals from McDonald's. I say meals because I'm going to get both versions so we can get 2 of the adult collectibles, and we can do the food and everything. The disgusting new shake, it looks really gross, but we're going to do that this week. But we need to get it going. 4 goals to go. If we hit goals on today's streams and tomorrow's streams, we'll be doing it on Thursday. If we happen to hit a double goal, either on this stream, tonight's Minecraft stream, or tomorrow's Mafia conclusion stream, then we can do it tomorrow. All right? But we have to get that going. So how about this right now? Let's get some support rolling for the Level 1 podcast and the reacts I'm about to do, and for Suikoden 2. If you're here for Suikoden 2, you're here in the right place. I keep saying Suikoden, it's Suikoden, right? So Suikoden 2. Let's get some support. Notably, right now we have super chats and tips. So thank you to those who super chatted and those who tipped. I appreciate it. Can we get our first sub of the day over on Kick? And can we get possibly a member on YouTube? Can we get some support in that regard to get some variety going and get some momentum going? And then I'm going to react to the Bubsy and the Silent Hill F trailers, and then we'll see how much time we have left. All right? Let's get one. Remember, hold on a second, excuse me. We all know that all the support that I get is all actually, I send it to myself, right? We all know that I am actually Ether. I am Kremps. I am Infinite 177. I'm also Lance Catamaran. I'm your future stepdad, right? But I'm also NDO 103. Okay? Who else am I? Who else would I be? Let's think about this. Oh, I must be Habib. I have to be Habib, right? So we know that that's all me. And what I've done is I've programmed an elaborate AI that watches my stream, and when I use certain trigger keywords, contributions come in. Okay? So here we go. So right now, I'm going to use this trigger keyword. Let's get our first sub of the day over on Kick right now. There we go. Your future stepdad has gifted a sub to Mending a Reel. Mending a Reel. That's a weird name. Your future stepdad, thank you so much. There we go. The AI is right on time. Beautiful. Appreciate that. Let's get this AI, your future stepdad, on the leaderboard. Absolutely perfect timing. There we go. Now, on the YouTube side, let's do it. Let's trigger the AI. Let's get our first gifted membership of the day on the YouTube side right now. Okay, I think I still have some bugs to work out on the YouTube side. I think the AI isn't working over there. Because at least we got it working on the Kick side. Right? Very good. Anyway, thanks for the early support. I appreciate it. Let's keep that rolling. All right, let's be sure that we can hit a goal for Suikoden. I keep saying Suikoden, Suikoden. Thank you for that. Let's hit the goal for Suikoden 2 today. We hit every single time that I played Suikoden 1, we hit a support goal. And that's why I promised you guys that I would play Suikoden 2. So now we're starting it today. Let's keep that going. Let's have big support for classic RPGs, because the truth is, I love classic JRPGs. I grew up playing them. But the thing is, when I try to do these games, a lot of the times, I don't really get the numbers. I don't get people showing up, engaging and supporting with these games for whatever reason. Don't know why, because they're classics and they're great. They're very chill games, lots of interaction and fun that we can have, talking not only about the game, but just other topics. You know, you don't have to always focus just on the game. And I'm down for that. I'm down to have a good time today with Suikoden 2. I just need you guys to buy into it so that we can do the full playthrough just like we did Suikoden 1. I want to play the entirety of Suikoden 2, get all the characters, do everything, but I need people to come by and support the playthrough then. Okay? Okay, so now without further ado, I think we'll do some reacting. How about that? Cool, here we go. So, shocking surprise announcement this morning. I don't think anyone expected this. Bubsy is returning, but not just in a collection like we thought. Bubsy is getting a brand new game called Bubsy 4D, and this is the announcement trailer. So, here we go. Let's take a look.
Yo, remember me? Your old pal Bubsy? From all those classic games you loved.
Was it something I said? What could possibly go wrong?
Forget about that. Let's talk about the new one. Bubsy 4D! Now this I like. So, where are we going next? Don't mind if I do. Zoink! I wonder if that's more moves than that Italian plumber has. Ooh!
Like backflips? Wow.
Can anyone explain to me why I turn into a hairball now? They call me the Orange Blur.
What I'm liking is that he's referencing everything else. He's referencing Mario, Sonic. He's breaking the fourth wall. He's not just a self-contained character. He's referencing all kinds of his contemporaries, right? And also, they made fun of Bubsy 3D, which is one of the worst games ever made. So, that's cool.
Do any of these outfits come with pants?
Oh, no! Yes, you can be Bubsy 3D skin.
You know I've only got one brain cell, right? And it's working overtime on this baby. Atari? I didn't even know they were still around.
Exactly. Like, that's not even an inside joke. Atari doesn't really come out with many games anymore, so most people don't know that they're still around as a publisher. So, That was cool. That, to me, honestly, what it is, if you didn't notice, it's not a super detailed environment or whatever, but it's modern gameplay mechanics, cel-shaded game, stuff, not super detailed stuff, but it should probably be good. Like, I think that if you're just looking for a solid platformer, that probably is going to be a pretty good game. It's not going to have the production values of like a Mario game, but it probably would be good. I like the dialogue. I like how he's referencing Mario and Sonic and making fun of themselves because Bubsy 3D was so bad. That was good. Was it not? I think that was darn good. I think that was actually a good way to start promoting their new game. That's cool. So that comes out next year on everything. Like on absolutely everything. So cool. I'm down for that. I probably want to play that, honestly. Like that looks really good to me. Youth in Asia, how are you doing? Good to see you. Copium says, I miss your React content. I'm creating React content right now. Like literally this. How could you miss what we're doing right now? Okay. What's up, Gino Day? How are you? Okay. Well, here we go. Here we go. Fresh from Gamescom, a brand new story trailer for Silent Hill F. Intense violence, blood and gore, partial nudity. They just couldn't go the whole way, the full Monty. They could only go partial nudity for this game. What a shame. Here we go.
Cargo 1 to HQ. We haven't found an active suspect at the scene. Chances are good that it's still in the factory water. We better consider the hunt. Over.
God, is that an organ on the ground over there to the left? Oh.
Exercise extreme caution.
Like a freaking liver or something. Or a stomach. Probably a stomach. Ugh.
You saved my life and laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your souls by claiming the life of your old self.
What?
Who was that? What is this place?
It's Onimusha again.
This way.
We better get going.
It totally does look like Onimusha, doesn't it? Oh, Jesus. Maybe I had to poop. Look at these things. Whoa. Oh, awesome. She's got a giant sworded spear.
A good day is always an extraordinary day. An extraordinary day isn't always good day. With that in mind, today's a bit too extraordinary.
So this is where you are. I wondered where you had gone. You need to start getting ready.
So now we're in modern Japan.
It's time to say your goodbyes.
So,
You're going to...
The Silent Hill Ghost World, which used to be the, Silent Hill Dark World, Evil World, is now ancient, like, Japan with the pagodas, the old, like, samurai style. And then there's modern Japan. So you go between the two time periods. That's interesting.
Kill them. With your own hands.
What's going on?
Oh, God, what happened to her?
It's got my home, too. The halls, the doors, everything's changed.
Will be all melee combat? It's looking like it will be.
Please. Just die.
Please just die. Who's on the phone?
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes.
What the hell? Look at this guy.
It had to be done. As soon as I could.
So they're insinuating she killed everyone, huh? That looks creepy. It's definitely a different vibe from old Silent Hill. You know what I mean? Like being in Japan, the first thing you say, oh, it's like Onimusha. Yeah, 'cause I just played Onimusha 1 and 2 HD, and it's the same kind of setting when she's going to the dark world, the Silent Hill world. But the question is, what the hell does Silent Hill have to do with this? Right? Like, I get it. Okay, she goes to another dimension and there's monsters, but how does this tie in with Silent Hill? The whole idea of Silent Hill is that it was always like this one location where people keep getting sucked into it. I guess that was kind of changed with Silent Hill 4, The Room, I guess. But I don't know. It seems like they're just using the name Silent Hill for a new horror game, but does it seem like Silent Hill? I don't know. I mean, listen, it actually looked scary. It looks good. I think it'll be an enjoyable game, but I'm not convinced. And also, what does the F stand for? Does this I hope this does have connection to the other Silent Hill games, and it's not just like, oh, well, we're making a new game, but we're just going to call it Silent Hill, but we're not going to explain how it ties to anything of the other games. I think that'd be kind of silly. I hope that it is part of Silent Hill. Like, listen, Resident Evil has completely gone off the rails when it comes to the Mold Man stuff and everything, but it does tie to the other games, you know, kind of flimsy how it does, but it does tie to the previous games. So I hope that this will tie to it. Instead of just doing like a one-off game, I hope that it's not just, oh, we're just using the name to get name recognition so you'll buy our new game. Because this is Konami. Everyone, we have to understand something. This is Konami. Konami is pretty underhanded these days with the way that they do stuff. So we have to understand that this may be a bait and switch tactic that they're using. They're calling it Silent Hill F, but it's not really a Silent Hill game. Okay? Also, as you saw, there was no guns or anything. It looks like it's all melee combat. And it looks like she'll actually be using real weapons, like not just improvised weapons like the pipe, but she had like that Japanese spear with the blade on the end or whatever. So maybe there'll actually be real combat, which is weird because usually the combat is like, you know, real clunky in Silent Hill for a reason. So, really? Dabman says the F stands for flowers. All the red lilies we see, the red lily is a symbol of death and the afterlife and otherworld of life in Japanese culture. What the hell? Well, that's lame. Mr. Shady 365 did a £5 super chat, which I think is like $6, and he says it's because Silent Hill is returning to Japan. That's why they chose the setting. What do you mean? What do you mean Silent Hill is returning to Japan? What the heck does that mean? Are you saying that the town of Silent Hill was Japanese, but somehow it came to America and now it's going back to Japan? What? I don't know. Anyway, it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I am. Wait, oh my God, I just saw something. Everyone, take a look at this. I've never seen this before. Are you ready for this? Everyone take a look at the screen, all right? Look below me. It says pre-order now, and look what it says directly below that. Buying or purchasing any digital products is a license. Have you ever seen someone call that out in its advertising? I've been saying this for years and years, and you guys argue with me about physical collecting and stuff. But you see, what they're outright telling you is you do not own the game. You are purchasing a license to play our game, but you do not own the rights to it. See? All right. Anyway, Silent Hill F. There we go. I keep pressing the wrong button here. Okay. So I'm definitely playing it. Don't worry, I will be playing that come September, end of September, right? And I do have that on my schedule here. Yes, I do. September 20. Wait, I thought it said 24th. It's the 25th. Okay. September 25th. Got it. Okay. So Mr. Shady365, thank you. Let's see how much that's actually worth now. Because I heard that the dollar fluctuated again. So let's see. $6.73. Thank you to Mr. Shady for that. That's our top super chat now. So now we are up to $46 of support. Thank you guys so very much. Has anything else happened at Gamescom that you want me to react to? Is it still going? Because didn't it start at 11? Is it still going right now? Or did it finally end? Was there any new Resident Evil gameplay? It's still going. Boy, aren't you glad you're here instead of there? Can you imagine if you were watching that whole fucking thing? Falling asleep. Onimusha Way of the Sword had some another look. Let's see. There was the Fallout Season 2 trailer. December 17th it comes out. Deadpool VR, nobody cares. World of Tanks 2, who the fuck cares? John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos. What the heck? I'm literally looking at the list of everything. New trailer for the Indiana Jones DLC, which comes out September 4th. They did have some more stuff about Kronos The New Dawn. Remember Kronos The New Dawn? Wait, what? It comes out September 5th? Oh, shit. Kronos The New Dawn comes out September 5th. That's fast. I was not expecting that. Let's get that on the schedule here. Because I am interested in that. It looks, basically, Kronos The New Dawn looks like Dead Space. It looks like just like it, too. So, that's interesting. September 5th. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. They're actually making another Vampire the Masquerade game at this point. Sheesh. Yeah, Kronos The New Dawn from Bloober Team. They showed it, but I don't see, no one, like, captured it. I'm trying to find the trailer. But I can't seem to bring it up. Here we go. The new game from Bloober Team, Kronos The New Dawn. We saw this already previously, and it looked a lot like Dead Space. New trailer just released at Gamescom. Let's take a look. Comes out September 5th, so it's almost out already. Oh, a kitty. Why is the kitty the main character of this game? Apparently so.
Are you glad to see me, friend?
Cool. Defender of cats. Why is it 30 frames? Why is the trailer 30 frames? God, I hate when they do that shit. The trailer is 30 frames. That's so stupid. It's literally Dead Space. What is this music they're playing? Are you kidding me? This is what they decided to put into the trailer? This song for a horror game? Are they insane? What moron made that decision? What the hell? Dude, it's totally Death Stranding. Or, excuse me, Death Stranding. Dead Space.
Stay calm.
Wow. My problem now is that looks good. Like, I like that. I like Dead Space, so anything that's like Dead Space, I'm gonna like. But now what's happening is there's so many games coming out in a short time. I don't know how I'm gonna tackle them all, right? I'm gonna be playing Gears of War multiplayer. I'm gonna be playing Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. I'm gonna be playing the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC for GTA 4. And I'm gonna be playing Suikoden 2, and now we're gonna have this coming out and the Indiana Jones DLC. So I'm gonna have to make decisions on what to play. I'm not gonna be able to play everything at launch, that's for sure. Like, this looks good to me. Like, I like that. It's a horror game. I like horror games, so I'm down for that. That looks good to me. Okay. Well, I'm glad that we looked that up because I wasn't even aware that that was coming out, and now it's out September 5th so fast. People are saying this very moment they're showing the Resident Evil gameplay. So as soon as it ends, I'll watch it. Because I'm not going to watch it from Gamescom. You know they're going to post it up immediately. That'll be the end of the podcast is I'll react to the Resident Evil stuff. Okay. Yeah, if anything, maybe I'll end up skipping the Indiana Jones DLC. You're right. I might have to. And maybe just do it later. If a Cowboy fan, thanks for $1. So he says, basically, people are missing DSP versus the internet. I understand that. The show wasn't doing well. That's why we canceled it. But I understand that, and that's why every once in a while I do this react stuff. What is Silent Hill about? When does the new game take place? Well, basically, the core aspect of Silent Hill is that there is a town that it used to be like a mining town at one point, and there was a disaster there. Now, of course, every Silent Hill is a little different, but the rumor is that there's like a supernatural presence in the town that when people go there, whatever's happened to them, trauma in their life or guilt, manifests into monsters. Okay, so each game's a little different. A different person goes to the town of Silent Hill and gets trapped there, and the town gets engulfed in like ash from the mines that are endlessly burning. And then all of a sudden they'll start seeing monsters that are representative of their psyche, like things that are messed up in their life or things that they've done and stuff like that. But every Silent Hill game's different because every character is a little different, has different stuff in their past that they're dealing with. So the trauma's different. And some of the bosses are really twisted, gory, messed up stuff. But the thing is, it's changed over the years, like the whole plot of Silent Hill. And now this new one, the thing that's confusing is that Silent Hill was always based in this American town of Silent Hill. So now how the hell is this in Japan? That's what doesn't really make sense, is that it's very confusing that it's gone to Japan out of nowhere, seemingly inexplicably. Like, why are we in Japan now? How does that tie to what Silent Hill used to be, or is it not? And they're just calling it Silent Hill, but it's a horror game that's unrelated. That's what's kind of weird. The Resident Evil trailer just finished. It's a trailer. What was it called? Resident Evil, what's it called? Requiem? Resident Evil Requiem gameplay trailer. Is that what it's called?
Hi, Mom.
Why are there subtitles on?
You've been on that thing all day.
Well, if you're gonna work so late.
Get some sleep, eh?
I'm almost done, just a sec.
It's really coming down hard.
Mom, phone. Mom.
It's right beside you.
Hello?
Miss Ashcroft?
Yes.
Prank you! Ha ha!
I wasn't.
Dunno. They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the?
They're coming.
They're coming!
Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Hurry!
Wait, who's coming? What's wrong?
Shh. We need to keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Come on.
It's all the Resident Evil fans. They want
Tell
the
me
zombies
what's
back, and
going
we don't
on.
have
Now is
any.
not the time.
They're gonna be really pissed. Follow moms. This is just the intro. They're just showing you the intro so they don't spoil the game.
Grace, keep moving.
This reminds me of, remember Resident Evil 7? Resident Evil 6? No, 7. They only showed the intro segment where like the documentarian or the reporter was going inside the house and then he gets attacked, and that's all they ever showed. So you didn't get spoiled on the game. So that's what this must be. This isn't even like real gameplay, just the intro.
Oh, who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry about the power outage.
What happened?
It's really no excuse, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
I should have it fixed soon. I just need to find my...
All right.
Come on in, Grace.
Well, that wasn't a zombie. It was
Grace,
some
look
kind
at
of a
me.
mutation, but not
Grab
a
my
zombie.
hands. Okay, look at me. Look at me. In. And out. Breathe in. And out. Oh, Grace. I promise you, I will explain this all to you one of these days. Grace. Please know that you are my hope. Never.
The face isn't great. The face
What are you
isn't like
talking
moving
about?
as well.
Just-
The mocap.
I love you.
See, your face looks like almost like a mannequin.
I love you too.
Okay.
Mom, I'm scared.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
But we don't have any of our stuff.
We can come back for it later, Grace.
Okay.
I...
That's it? See, that doesn't show anything. That's it. That doesn't show anything at all. So they really didn't want to give anything away. Like I said, it definitely reminds me of the intro to Resident Evil 7 when it was just like the reporter in the house. That doesn't give anything away about what the real game will be. Like right now, we have no idea who that killer was. We don't know what the plot is. We don't know anything. So, all right. Yeah, there was no gameplay. That was bullshit. They claimed it was gameplay. That was not gameplay. They lied. That was not gameplay at all. If a Cowboy fan, no, we have to end the podcast now. We're running late. And he said, have I watched the latest GTA 6 trailer? I don't know. I've seen parts of them. I don't know if I reacted to the latest one or not. I actually don't even know what the latest one is, so. Okay. So thanks for the dollar tip. All right, guys. So we do have to end the podcast. We went a little late to do some of the reacting there. So I hope that you enjoyed. What was that? So that was Bubsy, Silent Hill F, Kronos, The New Dawn, and Resident Evil Requiem. That was fun. And thanks for watching. All right. Now, reminder, there is no podcast tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow, we are going right into the end of Mafia: The Old Country because I want to wrap the guy up. I want to wrap that guy up. Hug him. I want to wrap him in plastic. Wait, what? No, I want to wrap the game up tomorrow because we need to start moving on to new stuff. All right. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow for that. And then the podcast will return on Thursday. Apparently on Thursday, there's a bunch, right? There's the Silk Song stuff. There's Pokemon. There should be like a bunch of stuff going on Thursday that I can react to. So I'll keep my eyes peeled. You guys let me know as well what stuff you want me to react to, and we'll do that Thursday morning on the podcast to end the week, okay? All right, everyone. Good show. Thank you so much for chilling with me here on the Level 1 podcast. Hope you'll enjoy my gameplay over the next couple of days. Hopefully, we'll be doing DSP Tries It, and I will see you on Thursday. Peace out, my friends, and see you then.